There it is. That's the inside of building 6. The walls are intact, the basement is intact, and nobody has a friggin' clue what could do this. I wonder what's going through his head. There's no desks, there's no chairs, no office furniture, there's no bathrooms. Everything is rusted, everything is hanging symmetrically straight down, and the floor is intact. Does it look like any big chunks of metal came down here and smashed all this in? What smashed all this in? If it got smashed in, nothing, say, or you would see it here right now. The basement's intact, the walls are intact. And so this is something, you know, I can't explain it. It's not a nuclear explosion. It's not nanothermite that done something like that. It's not an air blast over it or some kind of obvious thing. There's people everywhere. Nobody knows what happened to this. It's a big friggin' mystery. And it's certainly not explosives. It's certainly not some kind of incendiary devices. It's not some kind of kinetic energy devices. Even though you see how everything is hanging, but it's not kinetically smacked apart and blown apart. Everything is symmetrical. So there's no, and everything is, all the offices are empty and void of the floors and wall boards and doors and any kind of framing. It's just totally missing. This, you can see in here, is but the only thing I've seen with ceilings left in it, just that one little corner section over here. But everything else is obviously missing. And that's where one of the towers kind of almost spilled over, and people said that's what crushed the inside of it. But now we finally see that that certainly wasn't a factor. Nobody knows what happened here. And let's go and look at that post right here. See that post right there? Here's a better shot of it. Now look at the around his feet there. You can see everything is like it's a disassociation. It never got crushed. You can see that. Look, it never got crushed. Everything is missing. All the furniture is missing. Everything. All the color is missing. All the walls and everything else, like I say. And it's just even reaching way into these places. It's like it all got sucked out. But where did it go? It didn't go down to the floor. Because there's the floor. See that car there? The parking lot's still intact. All this never went down to the parking lot. It got broke a bit, but it never went down there. And you can see everything is missing. There's no indication these were offices, or this was an office building at any given time. And you can see where one of the towers spilled over, and people said that's what done the damage. But you can see, yeah, it spilled over, but that stuff never took out the core of a 500,000 square foot building. And I don't know what done it, but there it is. That's the inside of building 6. The walls are intact, the basement is intact, and nobody has a friggin' clue what could do this. And that's where one of the towers kind of almost spilled over, and people said that's what crushed the inside of it. But now we finally see that that certainly wasn't a factor. Nobody knows.